Welcome back to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium on Awabakal land. We are here for Boxall semi-final one between Queensland and the ACT. I'm Eric Brook, and alongside me, Amelia Matheson. Mel, g'day.
Hello everyone out there watching.
Great to have you alongside us. This will bring, of course, back some memories here. Semi-final number one. Let's see how the teams got here. Queensland undefeated in regulation. They had a comeback from behind shootout win against South Australia on Saturday, one against Victoria on Sunday, against Western Australia on Monday, had a shootout loss against New South Wales on Monday, and in what is basically a repeat of the game we had this morning, a 3-0 win against ACT this morning. The ACT had a 1-0 win against Western Australia on Saturday, 5-0 loss on Sunday to South Australia, a shootout win 3-2 to New South Wales on Sunday, 4-1 loss to Victoria on Monday, and the 3-0 loss to Queensland this morning. So Queensland doing very well to be undefeated in the top seed, undefeated in regulation. Mel, that's not necessarily easy over this tournament when you got 5 games.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. And it's coming into a semi-final game, you don't want too much confidence based on your stats because it's a new game, it's a new day, so anything can happen out there. ACT are obviously going to be working really hard to try and defeat them, and so Queensland do have to be on their game to stop that.
So having a look at the goaltending situation, in net for the ACT is Emma Moonen. I know a goalie that you've got a lot of experience here, being a Newcastle goalie herself. Emma,
yes.
On loan to the ACT.
Yeah.
And
their only goalie.
Yeah. And so for Queensland, they have the choice between Imogen Perry, who started this morning, and Katie Mayer.
And both there, very, very good goalies.
Yeah, and when you've won every game in regulation, there's not a clear number one and a clear number two.
Oh no, it makes it that's a tough decision for a coach. So you've got 2 really good goalies there to make a choice out of, and then but you also got to have your mindset of going, okay, well if we do win, then who is the goalie for that one as well, and then if we do lose, who is the goalie for that? You're sort of pre-planning ahead as well, just working around, and but yeah, looks like Katie might be.
Katie Mayer?
Yep, she might be the one.
So at the top of the screen we have Queensland, at the bottom of the screen we have the ACT. So we're just moments away now from this first semi-final in the Boxall.
It's exciting. I was walking in and seeing the girls warming up outside, and they all had some music pumping, and yeah, the vibes looked good.
Has it got any warmer outside? I haven't been outside for a while.
It has not. It is freezing. It's windy. That's our biggest problem. The wind is, I think it was hitting like 40 kilometres or something today, so lots of tree branches everywhere. So
we're about to start here. 15 minutes on the clock, having the last look at the ACT bench. So Ebony Brunt waiting for the ACT at centre ice. And Queensland about to go to centre ice themselves in the form of Courtney Mahoney. So semi-final one of the Stephanie Boxall Championships for 2024. We need to adjust the clock. It's 15 minutes, not 20, as in AI. So that was just a dress rehearsal, Mel. Yes,
nice.
So the Steph Boxall semi-finals are underway. It'll come back now for ACT. Here's Katrina Rapchuk across ice for Dixon. Here's an opportunity for Dilly Kenyon. Centering pass, trying to connect with Ebony Brunt, who was in front. Mayer's there in net for Queensland. Here's Courtney Mahoney down the right-hand side. Here's Mahoney across the face of Emma Moonen. No action required by her on this occasion. Katrina Rapchuk can't keep it in the zone. Back now for Dylan Kenyon again. It'll come back now for Dixon. Dixon now looking to go into neutral ice, and she has, in fact, crossing all the lines and entering all the zones. Back now for Katrina Raptruck at her own defensive end for Queensland. It'll come all the way back down. It'll be back now for Stokes. Up against the boards, no icing. Into Cafe corner. Here's Watts. Behind the net. Up against the boards and out. It'll come back all the way back down. And that Mel will come back for icing.
Yeah, it will. It was a good start by ACT there with Dilly skating down and getting it on that, taking it nice and low and just getting it in front of the net there, and Ebony causing a bit of ruckus, but Katie was able to get a pad out on that one.
So an attacking zone face-off coming up for Queensland. Watts will take it against Tank. ACT full of running this afternoon, trying to squeeze through a gap. Doing a great job of squeezing through the gap was Horace. Play continues up against the boards. Queensland looking to get the puck out of there. ACT doing a good job at the moment. Here's Stokes now. Has some support in. Zhang doesn't need it, and the puck goes out of play near the penalty boxes.
Yeah, I don't actually think the penalty box attendants were watching the puck then and nearly donked one of them on the head. You have to pay attention all the time, fellas.
Occupational hazard. You certainly know that on the bench.
I'm dodging pucks all the time.
Probably in some ways more than your career sometimes it would feel like. Up against the boards right near aforementioned penalty boxes. The puck needs to continue to move. Referee was just about to blow that dead when the puck moved. It was a good opportunity here for Mahoney. Mahoney's got Brophy for company. Fans on the shot, deflected off the stick of Island Canyon. Back now for Mahoney behind the Emma Moonen net. Back now for Brophy. Mahoney centering in front in the slot there was Barber, couldn't connect, and it will come all the way back for Amanda Dixon. Dixon at her own defensive end, left-hand side, kept in the zone via Lucy York, and not out of, back in towards neutral ice. That'll come back Dow. Cross ice pass, flung in, and that will come all the way back down for Queensland at their defensive end. Partial line change for the ACT. That'll come all the way back down for Island Canyon. Back to centre ice off the skates of Dixon, flung in by Queensland as the Queensland boats come back into the harbour. Trying to clear it out near the ACT bench. Brunt does a great job of getting through the traffic. Centering pass, finding Brunt now up against Brown. Brown comes back and picks a pocket. Shot goes high. The glove was there waiting. I don't think any of the players realised where the puck was. Taking advantage, Queensland on the right-hand side. Good opportunity by Watts. Nice centering pass there for McMahon. McMahon couldn't control it, and it's back now for Brunt. Trying to find Dilly Kenyon up against the boards. It'll come back for Jamie Goonan, member of the defensive union. Cleared out into neutral ice there by Watts. Battle up against the boards. ACT entering the zone again, trying to fire, but it just got the shin pads of Goonan on the way through. Back in the neutral ice, Jessica Zhang has to come back, and that will come back for icing with 11:15 remaining.
I think it's a good start by both teams, bringing lots of energy here, and it's a good opportunity so far.
How hard, Mel, is it to play at this level twice on the same day?
Oh, I'm tired just sitting, like, thinking about that.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the ACT. Trying to fling it in. The puck's free, and a good save there by Katie Mayer.
That's good net presence by ACT there too. One was doing the work and the other two pounced at the net. So it's a good job by the goalie there to capture that.
Overall, the tournament, there haven't been any real blowouts. So, yeah, it's been very tight. Game. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Tucking zone face-off coming up for the ACT to be taken by Tank. One there by Mahoney. They'll clear it out, Queensland. Rapchuk up against the boards, cleared out, found some help. It'll come back now for Rapchuk. Rapchuk against Tank. Rapchuk gets the better one of that. Rapchuk with it now, has Mahoney for company. Rapchuk crossing all the lines now, doesn't mind a shot herself, fires and scores, doesn't mind a goal herself either, Mel.
Oh, God. End-to-end skate there. He just, yeah, She's one girl that you just cannot give the time and space to. She just looked for the gaps, found it, and then that sweet cross shot goal over a goalie. I think it's goalie's worst nightmare. That was just beautiful to watch. Defensive love right there, defensive love. And she also wears my number, so extra defensive love going there.
certainly helps there. And so when you last played for the Sirens, was she playing Katrina Rapchak or slightly too young?
She had just started out, but as a junior wasn't getting too much ice time, so.
Back up against the boards, coming out of the zone. Dixon just happy to smash it back in as her teammates were retreating out of the zone. ACT turnover for Mahoney. That's dangerous. Mahoney now needs somebody driving the net. There's somebody there now. Rapchuk, who just got herself the first goal, going coast to coast. Rapchuk with it now, trying to clear it out. But Mahoney with it now, has some support in front. Can't get a shot on. Mahoney, cafe corner. Mahoney now. Opportunity here for Rapchuk. Doesn't mind a shot from that distance. Cross the face and into cafe corner. And that'll come all the way back down. And she's been everywhere, Katrina Rapchuk. She's the sort of player that if she could play for 45 minutes, she would, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely.
Collision there in neutral ice. Here's an opportunity for Dilly Kenyon. Back for Rapchuk. There is a penalty coming on the play. Penalty box door will be opening.
I was going to say, yeah, interference on that. Yeah. It was the same as the other day when we were doing this. Same thing. They both weren't paying attention and they just made a collision and someone got a penalty out of it. So
Barber sits 2 minutes for an illegal hit and ACT head on to the power play. 9:35 on the big clock, 2 minutes on the small clock, ACT power play. Big
opportunity here for ACT to get that back. See how they respond.
So the Queensland boys cheering on their women's team on the other side of the ice.
That's nice to see.
Lining up, and they're doing a good job of lining up across from their benches. The puck balloons, I don't know if Katie May knew where that was. That balloon pucked. The puck ballooned high is what I meant to say. They had a player in front of the net, quarterbacking the power play. Here's Brunt on the right-hand side now. Just happy to find someone down low. Was trying to find Pickering, but Rapchuk's there, trying to clear it out despite the attentions of Dilly Kenyon. Kept in the zone there by Brunt briefly. It'll come all the way back down. Coming back now, battle up against the boards. ACT on the power play. They're at the wrong end briefly. Managing to clear it out on their right-hand side. Here's Ebony Brunt again. Getting sent wide, coming down to the ice. Back now for Goonan. 65 seconds off the power play remaining, and it will come all the way back for Island Canyon to clear it out into cafe corner. Has options left, right and centre. Goes towards the left-hand side. Finds the skates there of Pickering, who leaves it behind. Kenyon has to come back and recover for her team. 45 seconds of the power play remaining. Entering the zone, getting sent wide is Schmitz. Brown loses a stick. And that will come back for Goonan. Goonan misses it. Back for Dilly Kenyon. Puck still free. Kept in the zone just by Stokes. 35 seconds of the power play remaining for the ACT. Kept in the zone, very close to going over the line. Attempt from distance was long. Dow centering. Abby Brown with the stick there. Got herself a good goal earlier, Abby Brown, in the corresponding game this morning. Back now for Schmitz. The Abby Brown boat gets called back in. Back now, Schmitz up against the boards, up against Goonan. Centering pass. And that's flung in by Watts. Power play over. Queensland out of the box. So Queensland, Mel, did a good job of killing that penalty.
They did a great job killing it. Not much time for ACT to set up at all.
So entering the zone now on the right-hand side. 7:15 remaining in the first. The puck's free. Desperation by the ACT. The puck's still free. There's lots of bodies there. And Katie May just stayed in the butterfly position as it pinballed around. The flippers were there.
Watching her head movement, though, you can see that she was just moving around to track that puck really well. So you can see she's moving left to right there. She's on it. Yeah, she had that all day.
So how hard is it when you've got a bit of a crowd, some music, etc., like to hear like the coaching staff calling out from the benches, that sort of stuff, giving you instructions from distance?
Oh, yeah, sometimes you can't hear it all. You just nod your head and make them think you know what they're saying.
And back now, Dilly Kenyon pressuring, trying to clear it out is Georgia Watt. And also communication between your teammates as well, just not the benches. Contact there from Pickering. Here's Brunt. Brunt fires, but it was sprayed wide. Barber now looking to clear it out near the door of doom. Centering. It was a good tap on attempt by Dilly Kenyon in front. Not Sasha, that's a brother. Katrina Rapchucks. First time that's happened all tournament. Out of the zone. So that will come back down. I've called a few lightning games this year of the men's variety. Trying to clear it out of Zamboni corner. ACT player falls. Play continues. Up against the boards. Dilly Kenyon centering pass. Couldn't connect with anybody from the ACT. And that will come back for Island Kenyon. At the feet of Tank briefly. McMahon trying to squeeze through a gap. Comes down. Oh, good recovery by our referee. Rapchuck of the Katrina variety. 5:45 remaining. Dixon needs to clear it out. Is pressured there. Here's an opportunity, a bit of space for Mahoney. Passing it on now for Brown. Brown enters the zone now. Brown trying to fire. The puck's still free. Jessica Zhang. The puck's in the net, or it was close to the net. Thought it was heading exactly there.
That was a good stick save with
and I thought McMahon thought it was close too. Lots of open net. If she just had have got some stick on it. Trying to clear it out. Here's McMahon off the skates. Doing a good job, Queensland, of hemming them down here, but now back out into neutral ice. Not many whistles with 5 minutes remaining in the period, and they'll come back. Nice long stretch pass. Tank coming off now for a well-earned rest. Fired in, and that will come back for icing with 4:50 remaining.
Again, another good rotation of play there. It's like plenty of opportunities, and Katie's all over it there though, but ACT, they're not coming in lightly. They're really giving it some opportunities.
So an attacking zone face-up coming up now for the ACT. Firing from distance, off the bar. And luckily for Queensland, it stayed out. And then Gurnan, speaking of out, sends the puck out to the Queensland bench. Wow, a couple close opportunities there.
Wowee.
This one will show it great from the net cam.
Yeah, I think Katie might have thought that was going to be clear and over.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the ACT. 1-0 to Queensland. Lee trying to get it out of the zone for Queensland, but can't. Queensland need to get somebody into the Zamboni corner. Centering pass. Finds Dow now. Dow, the puck balloons high in the general direction of the big Pepsi sign there. In the corner. Zamboni corner. Trying to clear it out is Watts. Only as far as Gurnan. Well, not quite as far as Gurnan. Battle up against the boards. It's Borat. They need somebody in the front. Gurnan trying to provide the resistance and guard the house from in the front. Battle in the corner. The puck just needs to continue to move. Under 4 minutes remaining in the period now. Lee trying to clear it out near the door of doom. Penalty coming. Queensland called for it. Queensland got it. The Queensland boys over there very happy with that penalty.
I think it's because it's going against ACT. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just sort of cringe when anyone goes near that gate. And I'm like, please, no sticks break. No sticks break. So
Lucy York sitting 2 minutes in the penalty box for an illegal hit. Now, I was commentating with Rob on the last game, and he said he never had any problems with the door of doom. Does that mean he just stayed away from it?
Oh, yeah, most likely. Or he's just jinxed himself. The next time he plays, it's going.
Oh, if something happens with the door of doom now, I'm hearing about it. Back now, Queensland on the attack through Rapchuck. Rapchuck with it now, working down low. So the chant now, unusual in this stadium, let's go Queensland.
Yeah.
Back now, Rapchuck just settling the puck, receiving the settle down puck from Katie Mayer. Rapchuck dropping it off. Here's Mahoney. Mahoney now, the Mahoney Express is off, but she left the puck behind. Brophy, battle on the blue line. Still a minute 25 of the power play for Queensland remaining. That will come all the way back down for Rapchuck. I wonder if this morning's game is taking a little bit of toll on this, Mel. What do you think?
Oh, it won't take long for legs to fatigue. Your legs, lungs, everything, and even though you probably do the right thing for your body throughout the day with fueling your body, having a bit of a rest and stuff, it's, 2 games in one day. It's
kept in the zone well by Rapchuck. Rapchuck now looking for a lane, has some support down low. Courtney Mahoney back for Katrina Rapchuck. Rapchuck with it, thinks about sending it back to Mahoney, tries to fire instead, misfires. Kept in the zone via Mahoney. Mahoney fires as a sea of legs in the slot. Georgia Watts, backdoor opportunity, concentrating in the slot. Watts comes in towards the right-hand side, and they extend their lead.
I just love Courtney stayed on the ice here. She just kind of took that shot. She turns around. She's like, I'll go for a change here, and didn't even see the play that happened there. But that's a great positioning there. She's squeezing in at the side there, and then backhands it up top shelf. Love to see that.
And a power play goal to boot for Queensland. Jessica Zhang, battle underneath the central commentary position. McMahon and Lee combining. So Georgia Watts back now for Goonan, left-hand side. Back now for Zhang. ACT behind their own net now. Back in a neutral ice. Here's an opportunity for York. York now getting sent wide by Duffy. Centering pass. Couldn't quite connect. Getting back up is Martin. Behind the net. Puck continues to move. And some opportunities to clear it out via Goonan. Back to neutral ice. ACT on the attack again via York. Has no support, trying to do it all herself, does it all herself, but denied by Katie Mayer. And here's Goonan leaving the zone, finding some support. Goonan again, happy to fling it in. Nearest Queensland player there was Brophy. Back in the neutral ice, Rapchuck. Rapchuck back with it now, just electing to come backwards with the 2-0 lead. Going straight into neutral ice. There is 1 minute remaining in the first period. Back now, Rapchuck dropping off now for Mahoney. Mahoney now centering. There was a good opportunity in front there. Mahoney with the puck again. 49 seconds of the period. Give and go with Brophy on the blue line. Mahoney, cross ice pass now. The power play is over. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Up against the board, centering pass, ACT there. She'll be able to clear it out with 30 seconds remaining, but can't. Deflection off Brophy on the way through. It comes back all the way back to Emma Moonen, who is probably thinking, come on girls, get the puck out of the zone. Mahoney now. Mahoney drives in traffic. Mahoney fires. Great save, Emma Moonen.
Yeah, that's tough for Emma there. Her team really, they sort of just didn't put in second and third efforts there and really trying to just get out of the zone there. And sometimes in desperation, you just rip it down, reset off it.
Attacking zone face off for Queensland with 17 seconds remaining in the first period. Cleared out. Rapchuck battling underneath the central commentary possession against Dilly Kenyon. Coming back now for Pickering. Dixon first to the puck. Time will expire and Queensland will take a handy 2-0 lead into the first intermission. So at the end of the first period, Queensland leading 2-0. Coach's hat on please, Mel. Queensland, let's have a look at them. They're going very well at the moment, 2-0 lead.
Yeah, they are. It's I'm actually just looking at the shot count. So, and I'm actually really surprised. It's a very low shot count compared to the action that's been happening around the net, but that kind of shows with the defensive players and obviously forwards coming in to help as well there. Just sticks getting in the way and skates getting in the way, making sure that puck's not getting to the goalie. So yeah, I would, if I was not seeing that that shot count, I would have thought it would have been a bit more there. So
Queensland, the advice to them?
Oh, right now you're at 2-0 lead. You know how I feel about those ones. But yeah, now's the time that you're going to fatigue. It's the second period dip.
ACT?
And it's very important that you just keep the passing controlled and tape to tape. ACT, they need to obviously focus on quick turnarounds, winning those pucks and getting the puck going north again, heading down the other end to try and get as many opportunities as they can.
So for anyone at home, and also slightly for my benefit, when you talk about north...
Oh, the opposite way to you. So goalie is in south. Your goalie is in south, so you want to head to their goalie in north.
Okay, cool.
East and west.
Because I have often heard of north-south, so
yep.
So if you were at, say, Emma Moonan's end for the end of the last period,
yep.
So ACT would be attacking Queensland and that's going north.
Going north, yeah, but if same thing for Queensland, their goalie behind them, you want to get the puck and head north. It's just heading the opposite way to your goalie.
Okay, so south is back towards your own goalie.
Yes, yep.
See, I'm
Don't
learning.
go off the real compass because it's definitely not the direction.
No, not the real compass, the hockey compass.
But yes.
And east and west is side to side.
Obviously, yep. So you want to play as much north-south hockey as possible, just getting the puck up there and getting the puck back.
So second period action, ACT and Queensland. Here's Abby Brown now, new member of the Commentators Union, by the way. Did a game for Brisbane Lightning men's earlier on in the AI season. Back now for Brown, centering almost off the goal frame. Emma Moonen very busy, firing from distance. Rapchuk.
That's in.
Rapchuk again from distance. We know she's got a cannon.
Look, she's taken the opportunity there. It looks like there was a few bodies in the way, and I think Emma's just lost track of the puck there. You can see she attempts to go for it, but I think just misjudged just from that distance because, yeah. See, ACT, you have to play with a lot of heart there, and you've got to jump in front of that puck. You've got to be able to block that. That's the role of a forward there. You have to jump. You have to put your body on the line for that one.
So Queensland, 22 seconds remaining in the period, and they've gone up to 3-0. So Katrina Rapchuk's goal, Mahoney, that's her second of the evening. Back now for Barber. You didn't mind scoring goals like that, did you?
I actually miss scoring goals from up there.
Back now for Goonan, entering neutral ice here. Here's Mahoney now. Mahoney fires. Deflected into the attacking zone. Brophy gets her stick in the way. Brophy. Jessica Zhang now for the ACT. Trying to clear it out. Up against the door of doom. Kept in the zone well by Goonan. Back in the neutral ice. Mahoney. Mahoney with it now. Entering the zone. Had an excellent rookie year at the A-Dub. Dubbed her Cadet Mahoney, but now she's graduated. Had some great seasons as well. It's a very speedy player. 13:35 remaining. ACT, fair to say, struggling to get out of the defensive zone, Mel.
Yeah.
Now they clear it out.
Needing a bit of support. The D need a bit of support there from their forwards, and a bit of communication is just where they are. I think they're just sort of trying to whack at it as opposed to making a play out of it.
So how much of it is scenario and how much of it is just what you think at the time? If this happens, do this.
I mean, if no one's communicating with you, it's all your own instinct. And you got to hope that what you choose to do is the right decision.
Back now for Lee, battling up against Stokes. ACT trying to clear it out in the neutral ice. Dixon whacks it back in. The players had to retreat from Queensland. Here's Jessica Zhang. 3-0 now. Up against the boards, clearing it back into neutral ice. And we were talking about fatigue earlier, the longer you spend in your defensive end, the more fatiguing it is for the defence. Back now for Katrina Rapchuk. Finds Courtney Mahoney. Jessica Zhang. trying to enter the zone, loses the puck around Lee. Entering the zone and just firing in is Georgia Watts. And a good shot from distance, but Moonen picks it up on the half volley.
Yeah, an opportunity for a change up there too, just to get some fresh legs out there.
I was speaking briefly to Emma after her game earlier on, and she's having a great time for the ACT.
I can imagine. They're a good group of girls. I know quite a few of them, have played with them and watched some of them come through the years, so I'm sure she's well looked after.
Back now for Goonan. Have pads will travel. Back into neutral ice. Attacking zone now. Mahoney possibly had a stick held back. Up against the boards. Here comes Mutton. Has to clear it out. Does clear it out now. McMahon. The puck goes behind. Cross ice pass from Duffy. Now for Goonan. In towards York. It'll come back now on the attack. Abby Brown now out of the zone via the ACT. Mutton clears it out for Mahoney. Back to neutral ice for Island Kenyon. Kenyon with it now. Back now for York. York now on the right-hand side. York fires. Called it into action. There was Mayer. And clearing it out, Goonan. All the way across the ice. Entering the zone is Queensland in the form of Barber. ACT try and clear it out. Mutton, Brophy still battling. Duffy just manages to keep it in the zone. Pocket pick there by Kenyon. Barber had a good opportunity except for the stick there of Island Kenyon. 11:20 remaining in the second period. Queensland 3-0. Clearing it out. Finding Mutton. Clearing it now into neutral ice. Goonan giving a team an opportunity to come back out of the zone. Island Kenyon for the ACT. Right-hand side, almost intercepted there by Watts. Brophy now. So much time down this end of the ice. ACT look to clear it out. All the way back down. Queensland hemming them down here. Brunt trying to clear it out. Has options left and right, goes towards the right-hand side. Intercepted there by Katrina Rapchuk. 2 goals already. Firing around round one. Needs somebody in front of the net. Watts was heading in that general direction now. Has got Dixon for support on the blue line on the right-hand side. Zamboni corner being able to do basically what she wants. Now the reinforcements are coming in and there's a penalty.
Yeah.
Unsportsmanlike penalty and there's an interference call.
She knows that too. That's that's a big no-no. You just don't touch someone else's stick on the ice.
Okay, so an unsportsmanlike penalty and also...
Diamantina.
Oh, I was just pressing the wrong button. So Diamantina Dowell sitting...
Whacking someone's stick away. She got away with whacking the stick out of her hand, but then because she's tapped it away, ref wasn't going to put up with that one.
So definitely called interference and 2 minutes on the clock in either case. We'll double check. Well, listen to JD. 2 minutes for interference, and that appears to be it. Queensland on the power play now. Back now Mahoney on the top of the umbrella, slightly wide. Abby Brown. Back now ACT on the attack. Mahoney at the top of the umbrella. Whiffs on that, so ex-feather touch and not power drive. Back Dilly Kenyon. There's a battle between Kenyon and Mahoney. It'll come all the way back now for Watts. Watts at her defensive end. Still a minute 15 on the Queensland power play. Nice stretch pass. Entering the zone, finding Brophy. Getting forced wide. Coming in now. Zhang there in numbers and able to clear it out. Kept in the zone via Mahoney. 9:20 on the big clock. 1 minute on the small clock for the Queensland power play. Flung out by Zhang. Does a good job. Back now for Mayer. Just happy to settle the puck down. Does have an ACT player approaching. Back now for Mahoney. Was able to rescue the day. It's basically hand delivered to the ACT player. Back into neutral ice. Here's Watts, who's trying to get a shot on. It was deflected. There was some stick work on the way through. And it will come back now. Back now for Goonan. Goonan deflected, comes into the slot area, cleared out by the ACT. 20 seconds of the power play remaining. Flung in by Dixon. It'll come back now for Zhang, who's done a good job of clearing it out. Now they need to clear it out the rest of the way, and they do. Power play over in 5 seconds. It'll come back now for Goonan. So the penalty penalty box door is about to open. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. And here comes Queensland down the right-hand side via Barber. Opportunity for Dow out of the penalty box. Up against the backboards. In the corner, skate higher corner. Players come down. Still in the corner, centering. Firing was York, but wide. There was initial opportunity for Tank in front, cleared out by Queensland, and that will come all the way back down. Not a lot of whistles until just then. Basically, the whole of that power play was non-stop, Mel.
Yeah, look, ACT did a really good job holding them out. I think Queensland didn't really have too much control on that. The passes were a little bit sloppy and the shot opportunities, and ACT were able to pounce on that and just able to clear it out every time.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the ACT. Play continues. Kenyon, bit of friendly fire of the Island variety, keeps it well in the blue zone. It'll come across now. McMahon, heavy collision there near the blue line. Both players get up okay. Island Kenyon now, straight up the middle. Couldn't connect with Sister Tilly, and that will come back for icing.
Yeah, I like the look that that Island just tried to attempt there. It was the right idea to try and split the D there, but unfortunately just didn't make it tape to tape.
7:17 remaining before the Zamboni comes out. 3-0 Queensland. Attacking zone face-off coming up. Mahoney will take it against Brunt. Cleared out by Island Kenyon. Right-hand side, trying to clear it out. Finds Brunt now. Left-hand side, finds Pickering. Pickering goes wide against Powell. Pickering centering. The paddle there cleared it out and helped out even further by Abby Brown. Back into neutral ice. We'll come back for Mahoney. Taps on for Brown. Brown enters the zone on the left-hand side. Across the face of goal. No action required there by Moonen. Kept in the Zamboni corner. 6:35 remaining. Trying to clear it out now, Stokes. Kept in the zone via Rapchuck. It'll come back now for Brown. Mahoney with the puck still. Mahoney firing and a good save from distance. Abby Brown was there and thereabouts, but it was a good shot and a good save.
Yeah, there's two Queenslanders down there. Unfortunately, they set themselves up either side of the net, and which is great for rebound positioning, but someone needs to be taking away the goalie's eyes. So that was easy for Emma to take from the top there.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for Queensland. 6:22 remaining in the period. ACT need to get it out of their defensive end. Good battle there. Back into the slot area. Katrina Rapchuck was busy. Georgia Watts back for Rapchuck. Finds Watts. Zamboni corner. Zamboni out in 6:05. Queensland still in possession. Watts back now for Rapchuck. Rapchuck with a backhanded shovel. Finds Brophy in some traffic. ACT do a good job of clearing it out. Back now for Rapchuck. Battling underneath the central commentary position. The sticks need to stay down. Battle up against the boards. The puck needs to continue to move. It is. Watts. Back now for Barber. Watts fires. Good save, Moonen.
Yeah, it was a good shot attempt and a good save by Emma there.
So replay action for you with 5:35 remaining. Good save there by Moonen.
Yeah, Emma found her angles on that one, coming out from her net there to be able to take that away.
Mahoney now attacking his own face-off for Queensland. ACT via Zhang trying to clear it out. York contributes and clears it out. Dixon fires it back in. It'll come back now for Zhang. Zhang has Island Kenyon for support and Mahoney on the doorstep. Zamboni corner. Zamboni out in 5:15. Lee battling in the corner with Borat. Zane clears it out. Back now, Mutton. Kept in the zone just by Queensland on the blue line. Back now for Mahoney. Mahoney fires, got an ACT player on the way through. Mahoney chases the rebound. Now they should be able to clear it out, ACT. It's good work there by York. Back now for Zhang. Zhang crosses the line, fires, got Dixon on the way through, fired in the cafe corner. Mayer caught into action, and it's good work by Borat in front. Battle up against the boards. Now Queensland can clear it out. Deflected by the stick of York on the way through. Abby Brown with it now. Entering the zone, Brown, the captain of Queensland. Brown fires. The puck balloons very, very high.
I just want to look at the replay on that. I think Emma might have got a bit of glove on that to push it up high. I could be wrong though.
I heard a ding, but I wasn't sure if it was stick or puck. Sounded like ding off the crossbar.
Need that slow down again.
Glove ding.
Glove ding, there we go. Either way, it's worked out for Emma.
Certainly has. Sometimes the goalie is there and it does a good job, and sometimes it's the post that helps you out as a goalie.
So you've got some goalies kiss the posts after they've helped him.
Oh, absolutely. Back into neutral ice. Here comes the ACT with 4:11 remaining. Brunt going for a skate into the corner. It's back now for Duffy. Duffy clearing it out, has some support for Queensland. Tapped on there by Brown. Back now for Pickering. Pickering trying to get it into the zone with some help. ACT advancing the puck, but Duffy was there in the slot. Pickering was waiting for it. Here's an opportunity now for Watts. Watts steaming in. Watts trying to get a shot on but can't. Island Kenyon providing the resistance as she was falling, still getting a pass away. Great poke there by Jamie Goonan. Attacks the puck. Back now for Georgia Watts. Zamboni corner, 3:25. Barber. Battle up against the board. Zamboni corner again. Pickering out of the zone. Watts off the shin pads of McMahon on the way through, and they've gone offside.
Yeah, I think they've created a bit of an offside there because Pickering didn't exactly get enough muscle to get that puck out of the zone, and then yeah, there's sort of the release came back and they've pulled it back, and then yeah, they've forced an offside. So I'm sure they'll take that. They got a little change up.
So here's Stokes now. 3 minutes remaining in the period. Found the body of Mahoney on the way through. ACT trying to clear it out of there. Right-hand side, Brophy amongst others. That'll come all the way back down for Stokes. Mahoney applying some pressure there against Stokes. Zhang comes in to lend a hand. Centering. Danger zone. Barber now wandering in. Barber, the puck's free. And then on the right-hand post, is that Goonan going? No, that was Barber down there.
Yeah, Moonin though, she's like, get off me.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. You know, Zhang showed a really good support there down on her Duke, who kind of just sort of aided in the boards there, but just peeling out into the centre there, it's just it's a risk area. You know, it would have been better either going straight up the boards there or taking it behind the net and finding a bit of a better opportunity than going into that.
2:30 remaining in the Zamboni break. Battle up against the boards. Queensland full of running. Watts in front of the net. Back now for Dixon. Dixon, Zamboni corner, centering from McMahon, cleared out. ACT foot race, it's York, but in good position is Dixon. Has Rapchuck for company. Off a stick on the way through of Borat. Back now for Island Kenyon. Back now Dixon. There are 2 minutes remaining in the second period. Flicking it in Queensland. Safety first, Moonan, just happy to tap it away, finding Island Kenyon, who should be able to clear it out, and does. And that will come back for icing with a minute for. No, doesn't make it that far. It was looking good, and then it just died.
And ACT, I think, might have thought there was icing as well, so they didn't actually try to attempt to go for it, and they kind of just pulled up on skating.
Back now Lee, briefly. Island Canyon back to neutral ice. 90 seconds remaining in the period. Shots on a equal at 8. Island Canyon again. Back now for Rapchuck. Rapchuck now has options left and right, going towards the right-hand side. Firing in from distance, deflected by Moonen rather. And ACT trying to clear it out now. Here's an opportunity for Pickering, getting forced wide. There is 1 minute remaining in the second period. Up against the boards. Firing there was Dilly Kenyon. Big scream of that's a body check from the Queensland bench next to us.
He's not happy.
Certainly not happy. All the way back down. Safety first, Moonen. Courtney Mahoney approaching. Finishes the check. Mahoney, they should be able to clear it out now. Pickering out of the zone. Opportunity now for Brunt. Cross ice pass for Dilly Kenyon. 24 seconds remaining. In good position is Rapchuck, clearing it out. Still in the zone by Queensland. Good work, Brophy. Here's an opportunity for Brophy now. Has some support by Barber. Firing and well and truly wide in the Zamboni corner. 5 seconds remaining of the period. Neutral ice. Brown will clear it out for Rapchuck. And time will expire in an entertaining 3-0 game for Queensland. Semi-final number 1. Lots of action at both ends of the ice. 3 goals to show for it for Queensland.
Yeah, it's been an exciting game so far. It's look, I don't think ACT are out of it. They're getting a little bit more opportunity. For a while there, they were stuck in the defensive end, but they started getting some more neutral zone time. I think ACT really need to start focusing on, instead of trying to skate it all the way up, they've got to have a support person that they can pass to. And, you know, a simple give and go can change so much. But so far, it's been an exciting game. And one more period, I'm sure everyone's hanging for that break and rest their legs, and then they'll come out fire in this third period.
So having a look at the goal scorers for Queensland in the first period, Katrina Rapchuck, her first goal of the tournament, assisted by Mahoney. And then Watts, her first goal, power play goal, assisted by Duffy and Brophy. And then Rapchuck, assisted by Abby Brown. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes time for the resumption of play. Semi-final 1 of the Boxall Championship for 2024, Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. Queensland 3, ACT 0. Back soon. Welcome back to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. 1 period to go in period number 3. Queensland 3, ACT 0. Having a look at the Queensland bench here. And Mel, you have a shout out to give.
Yes, I would like to give a special shout out to Shana Godfrey, who's sitting down in Melbourne listening and apparently enjoying us. So, hey girl, what's up?
Hey girl, what's up indeed. I still can't picture her properly in a Melbourne Ice jersey, just saying, Shana.
Yeah, I don't like it. Don't tell her I said that though. Oh wait, we're
live.
Wait.
You weren't supposed to say that, Mel. So here we are. It's whatever time it is in the afternoon. We have 1 period to go in this game, and then we have semi-final number 2 just after
7:08.
7:08. It is evening. Well, it's afternoon somewhere. Can't even claim summertime. Thank you, Shana. Long time no talk. Back to centre ice we go. 3-0 in favour of Queensland. Lots of positive comments that we've been receiving both on our phones and also in arena. Over 18,500 views so far on YouTube for the tournament so far, which has been fantastic. But here we are, underway, third and final period action. Here comes Kenyon of the Dilly variety, back now for Brown. Trying to clear it out of the zone. Queensland from distance. Katrina Rapchuk battling up against the boards. And here is Ebony Brunt firing from distance. The puck ballooned into the air and through there. Scrambling, a bit of pushy, shovey there. Possibly goaltender interference. We'll wait for the
ref's got his
actual
hands up.
call. Replay action coming up for you.
I do
Lots
believe
of action in front of the net.
The ACT goal was pushed into the goalie. Bang. And now react.
Yeah.
That's a standard play though, isn't it? They're near your goalie, you'll push them, you unfortunately push them on the goalie, and then you've got to basically then beat them up for being near your goalie.
So interference the call. Penalty box door is opening and Ava Pickering is about to enter. 2 minutes for goalie interference.
That Queensland kind of initiated.
Oh, it's an either way call, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Attacking zone face-up and start of the power play coming up for Queensland. 26 seconds of action, and we've already got somebody in the box for the third period. Island Kenyon trying to clear it out. Brophy in traffic. Brown comes down. Play continues now. Rapchuk really had to stretch to keep it in the zone. The delivery from Mahoney. Cross-ice pass. And that will come back now for Georgia Watts. Cross-ice pass. Rapchuk fires. Good save by Emma Moonen. Puck still in the slot though. Mahoney back now for Brown. Realised the puck was at her feet. Skating away now is Dilly Kenyon. Up against the boards. Back into neutral ice goes Katrina Rapchuk. Has Brophy for company. Around now past York. Rapchuk needs somebody in front of the net. Brophy's heading in that general direction. In towards Cafe Corner. Island Kenyon up against the boards, dealing with Brophy. Cleared out by Stokes. 1 minute of the power play remaining for Queensland. Ava Pickering sitting 2 minutes for goalie interference. Here's Mahoney. Centering pass across the face of goal. Brophy not close enough to do anything about it for Queensland. Kept in the zone by Katrina Rapchuk. Right hand side, Georgia Watts. Brophy, good save there by Emma Moonen. 40 seconds of the Queensland power play remaining.
Yeah, a few good opportunities there, sort of setting it up and skating around and doing some passes, but only really created the one shot off that. So it's definitely something they need to try to set up and get some more shot opportunities.
Attacking zone face-off for Queensland. ACT trying to clear it out. Well kept in the zone there by Goon. And now it's cleared out by York for the ACT. There's a bit of a foot race. Amanda Dixon should be first to the puck. Close in the end. Dixon now behind her own net. 13 on the big clock. 22 seconds on the small power play clock. That'll come back now for Island Canyon. All the way back down. No icing on the penalty kill. Settled down by Mayer. Queensland now. Goonan, the puck behind her. Now Lee out of the zone. Just fired, deflected off the stick of Barber on the way through. And saved there by Katie Mayer.
Yeah, a bit of a reset for this one.
Power play over. So the penalty box door will open when play resumes. Attacking zone face off for the ACT. Power play over. In the slot there by Zhang. Pickering out of the penalty box now near the door of doom. Katrina Rapchuk trying to clear it out. Back now for Dixon. Dixon, right hand side. Island Canyon keeps it in the zone. Passes to Sister Dilly. Centering pass. Good opportunity in front there. Brunt was there and thereabouts. Great contest. Yeah, Queensland did tip that off Rapchuk. Accidentally.
Did it come off Rapchuk's tip? Both sticks are definitely a no. It definitely come off. That was Ebony's stick, so it was a good attempt there. A nice pass over from Dilly.
Back in, almost into neutral ice. In a neutral ice now. Back now. Flung in there by Watts. On the attack is McMahon. McMahon overskates the puck. ACT should be able to clear it out the right-hand side, and they do. That will come all the way back down. Icing waved off. Katrina Rapchuk clears it out. Back now. Finding Watts briefly. Tank at the skates of Rapchuk. Tank, option number 2, clears it out. Finds Dixon. Dixon looking to clear it out now on the right-hand side. Back in towards neutral ice. Here's Abby Brown. Abby Brown gets around Zhang. Attacking the net, Brown. In front was Watts. Pushed out of the way. Rapchuk injects herself. Watts winning. Moonen was there. McMahon was there, but Moonen comes up strong.
Yeah, a couple of good looks again. So passing it around and a couple of blocks there. And McMahon, she's not someone you want to leave in front of the net as well. She's been around a long time. I've played against her. I've played with her. And yeah, overall good player. Smart player.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for Queensland. Courtney Mahoney will be taking against Lucy York. Fired in from distance from Rapchuk. In front, Moonen there just watched the puck fly away from her, thankfully. Back now for York. York looking to enter the zone now. York going straight up the middle. Duffy there, and also Brophy. Duffy coming back. Mahoney with it. She can go 200 foot or 60 metres up the ice quite easily. Here's Mahoney getting around one. Mahoney fires. Big rebound opportunity. Brophy was there and there in front. Good couple of opportunities and the net's off.
Yeah, Emma's jumped over on that last save there and it looks like it's bumped off, but it was a good opportunity by Courtney, as I have mentioned several times now. Don't give her time and space because she's going to take it. So, and Sam Brophy's net present. She's just solid in front of there. It's not someone that you want to hang around there too long.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for Queensland. The penalty boxes are empty for the moment. Cleared out by Mutton, back into neutral ice. Here comes the ACT. York getting sent wide. Coming back now for Goonan. Brophy out of the zone. Back for Courtney Mahoney. Around one. Looking to go around two. Looking to go around the third in Moonen, but can't. And Borat will clear it out of the zone. Or will try and clear it out of the zone. Out of the zone now, Lee. Cross ice pass, and will come back now for Goonan. Goonan around one, York. It'll come back now for Mutton, centering pass. Coming back now for York. York against Duffy. Duffy hits the ball hard. Back now for Goonan. 9:48 remaining in the third. Queensland 3-0. Back now for Duffy. Clearing it out. It'll come back now for Watts. Watts now squeezing in some gaps. Watts, they're getting a good quality shot on. Rebound on offer as well. Well done, Georgia Watts. Cleared out by Pickering. Pickering around. There's a penalty coming there as players fly around, and Duffy knew straight away doesn't have to be led very far in towards the penalty box. ACT power play.
Yeah, that one's very obvious there. That's unnecessary contact, so could have taken a different angle just to trial angle her out, but she just thought, I'm just going to throw the body there.
So 2 minutes for an illegal hit. ACT power play. 9:23 on the big clock. 2 minutes on the small clock. ACT power play.
ACT need all the control they can have there to create some opportunities. This is their chance.
Here comes Island Canyon in front. There was a good opportunity for Dilly Canyon and also Pickering. There was some contact there. They need to clear it out. Queensland kept in the zone by York. Left-hand side, pressured by Mahoney. Island Canyon off the skates here. He's dead set called it, Mel. Back now for Barber. Back Mahoney had to watch the offside. She waited an eternity to wait for the offside, Mahoney, and was able to do so. Back now for Island Canyon. Left-hand side, Dilly Canyon. Past Mahoney. Entering the zone now. Minute 15 of the power play remaining. Cross-ice pass. It was received there by Katrina Rapchuk. No icing on the penalty kill. It will come back for Island Canyon all the way back down. And Canyon now of the Island variety. 1 minute remaining of the power play. Entering the zone, York. ACT attempting to go across ice. Good vision there by Katrina Rapchuk. Clears it out all the way back down. And that will come back for Island Canyon. I know you were very happy with that move there, Mel.
ACT, they've done the same move twice. They're trying to pass it out wide, but it's getting picked off. They need to try a different route.
Back now for Island Canyon. You're very excited up here today.
No, that's frustration. That is not me.
That's frustration.
Yeah, that's.
I thought you were excited for Rapchuk and what she was doing.
No, she's doing a great job. She's doing her job on the PK, but I just need ACT. They just need to see that's going to get picked off. Just hold that a little bit longer and find a different play.
And not hand it over like that. Back now, it was good work there by Lee against Zhang. Centre ice. Finds Amanda Dixon. Promoting the puck. Finds Zhang. Zhang clears it out of Watts. Power play over. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Cross ice pass for Mutton. Dixon in good position. 7:13 remaining. Cleared out. Abby Brown there. Back in and flung in by Queensland. Just settled down there by Moonen. ACT looking to get it out on the right-hand side. Goonan clearing it out, ACT, and that will come back now for Goonan. Goonan at her own defensive end. 6:40 remaining, Queensland up by 3. Nice pass for Watts. Watts will have the pass now. Watts with it now. Getting around one. Centering pass, Brophy. There are a few sticks in the lane. Goonan. ACT looking to clear it out there right-hand side. Watts does well against Brunt. Back now, Goonan. Centering pass. Barber up against Dilly Canyon. Barber just fires it in and can come off for a change. Settling down for Victoria, for the ACT Dow. Back in towards neutral ice. It will come back now for Goonan. Lots of action here. Fired in by Goonan. She'll come off for a change. Back now for Island Canyon, who seems to have been out there for an eternity. Back now, Pickering monstered there by Brophy. Cafe corner. Flung around. Dilly Canyon pressured. Sister Island comes over to lend a hand. Here's Mahoney now. Mahoney fires. Good save there. Block it down by Emma Moonen. Mahoney taking over again. Mahoney needs some support. There's a penalty coming. Mahoney hit the ice. And a power play coming up for Queensland. The extra attacker coming on now for Queensland on the delayed penalty. Not helped there by Lee. ACT will touch up. Mayor did make it all the way back, and Imogen Perry says, "Hello, friend, you made it back to go back out there."
It's nice when a goalie makes that skate and gets all the way, gets off, and the gate can shut, and a little bit of play happens. But
Island Canyon sitting 2 minutes for hooking.
Players need to recognise that too. Like Queensland, you know, they could have actually brought it back out and sort of set it back up, de-draw all the way back there so that that goalie can get off with time. Then they can attack with, you know, with the 6 on.
Timeout, ACT.
Big communication.
Okay, coach's hat on, Mel. ACT, 5:16 remaining. There is a power play coming up for Queensland. 5:16 remaining. ACT, coach, what do you do?
You're going to have to be aggressive on it. You're just 100% not going to be able to give them a time and space on this. So you're going to have to have really active sticks and keep those feet moving. So that I would be putting out fresh people, experienced people, people with PK experience and smarts there. So
there's a few on that list that fit that category.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's. I'm assuming Ireland's going to be going out, so Ebony, I assume, would be there as well. But that's probably who I would pick. I don't know about the coach.
So of course I can't ask the coach. You're here, so I'm asking you. So Ireland Kenyon sitting in the penalty box, so you can't pick her.
Oh, she got sent off. I actually didn't take notice of that. Naughty Ireland. Yeah, no. I'm assuming then Diamantina. She's been out there quite a little bit, so, and maybe Zhang as well.
Zhang's very strong on the PK.
Yeah. So we got absolutely no one that I said. So. Oh, Brunt. Yeah, I got one right. Yay. They were my next 3 guesses, though. The others that are out there, I swear.
Attacking zone face-off coming up. Start of the power play for Queensland. Here comes Rapchuk. Left-hand side. Calls of Let's Go Queensland from the Queensland men's teams. Rapchuk. Back now for Brown. Brown with it now, left-hand circle, working down low with Mahoney. They're very structured on the power play, Queensland. Rapchuk working it down low, finding Mahoney. Rapchuk looks for a lane, finds Mahoney. Jessica Zhang's out there on the ice, an important part, or she should be out on the ice, attacking this. Rapchuk back now for Watts on the right-hand side of the umbrella. York back now for Rapchuk. Rapchuk fires from distance, got a shin pad on the way through. Queensland still. Watts, cafe corner. Working down low, centering. Trying to find Brown. Brown was there, but was pressured there by Stokes. Mahoney's waiting for the puck on the left-hand side. Here's Mahoney. Lots of passing, not a lot of shooting. Cross-ice pass now for Watts. Watts fires. Got a little bit of iron on the way through. Past the outstretched glove of Moonen. Trying to clear it out. There's a penalty coming against Sam Brophy. So we'll have a period of 4-on-4 for 51 seconds.
That's worked out well for ACT because Queensland was starting to set up nicely and passing the puck around and getting some shot opportunities. So
ACT obviously need to stay down at the attacking end. They need, as we were discussing earlier, they need to keep heading north.
They need to keep heading north, yes.
Wow, well, you look at me.
Love that.
Oh, I actually found out what box +1 means the other day, same as 5 on a dice.
Oh, yes?
Tell you about that one later. Back now. ACT need to stay down here. 3 goals in 4 minutes. Can they do it? Queensland just need to keep the net dry. Here comes Queensland again. Dixon on the right-hand side. 4-on-4, so the ice will be a bit hotter. Here's Courtney Mahoney. She doesn't need spare ice. Well saved there by Emma Noonan.
Yeah, that is a good save.
She doesn't need any extra space, Courtney Mahoney.
No, she can let it rip. And I mean, that's a perfect shot too, taking it through the D, trying to, I guess, use the D as a bit of a screen there. But Emma was all over that.
So an attacking zone face-off coming up for Queensland in Cafe Corner. Attacking zone face-off. Mahoney will take it. 29 seconds of 4-on-4. Rapchuk has to turn and chase for the ACT. Come back now for Rapchuk. Pocket picked. Good opportunity for Queensland on the counter-attack. It's the speed of Mahoney. Lights and sirens on. Loses control of the puck. Turn off the sirens for just a second. Rapchuk, left-hand side. Mahoney again, centering past the outstretched stick of Lee. And Lee has to turn and chase. Abbreviated power play coming up now for the ACT as Ireland Kenyon comes out of the box. They'll come all the way back down for Jessica Zhang. Zhang with it.
See, Zhang needs to get it going north straight away there. Taking it all the way back down. You already had players up there open as well.
Back now for Barber. Barber fires just wide of Moonen. The ACT definitely need to head north. And that will come back now for Watts. Watts firing from distance. A 5-hole closed rather quickly. And that will come up all the way up against the boards. ACT, I think the mountain's too high for them to climb with 2.5 minutes remaining, even though they are on an abbreviated power play. Queensland coming back, clearing it out, all the way back down, no icing on the penalty kill. And that'll be back, is a foot race with Watts. Watts being shown the boards, coming back now, kept in the zone well. Good work there by Duffy combining with Barber, and the puck goes out of play at the ACT bench. 5 seconds of the power play remaining for the ACT, and they're at the wrong end.
Yeah, ACT had the minute opportunity there on the power play, but just couldn't get control. It's Queensland had more puck time there, and that's not what you want for a power play.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the very short-handed Queensland just for a few seconds. Back into neutral ice. Duffy has to turn and chase. Here's Mutton as the puck rolls end on end on end on end on end. Centering under some pressure, Dilly Kenyon. There are 2 minutes remaining in the third period. Back in the Zamboni corner, Mahoney against Dilly Kenyon. Mahoney gets a better one of that one. Back now for Brown, kept in the zone by Island Kenyon. Back now for Goonan. Goonan could just take her time and clear it out the left-hand side. She does. Finds Brophy. Finds some support in Mahoney. Mahoney finds Brown. Brown in some traffic. Mahoney on the trailer. Back now for Mutton. Cleared out. Kept in the zone by Goonan. Bobbles out of the zone. Good work there by Mahoney. He's got Brown for company. Minute 20 remaining in the period. Flung in from distance. Deflected there by Moonen. Cleared out centre ice. Mahoney almost picked the pocket. Back now for Brophy. Brophy looking to fire. Brophy coming down. Doesn't get the penalty. Up against the boards. Into Cafe Corner. There is 1 minute remaining in the third period. And on the attack now, Queensland just need to play keep away from the south end of their playing surface. York. Queensland, they just need to keep it away. They've booked themselves empty net ACT. I forgot to ask you if you'd emptied the net, Mel. Back now for Goonan. Duffy. Queensland can take their time with the empty net. Duffy now. Duffy, right-hand side. It will come all the way back down. Island Kenyon. Back to Sister Dilly. Queensland with it. Trying to clear it out. Not worried about the empty net. 17 seconds remaining. It'll come back now for Goonan. Goonan could make an empty net if she has an unobstructed run from here, but it's not worried about it. Queensland firing it out. 5 seconds remaining. Queensland, you've booked yourself a spot to the Stephanie Boxall gold medal game. And that is out, and that is a shutout for Katie Mayer.
That's a nice feeling for a goalie in a semi-final, that's for sure.
It certainly is. Congratulations to Queensland. They have their ticket booked now.
And good efforts to ACT as well. They didn't give up, that's for sure. But they, unfortunately for them, that Queensland was just that little bit stronger and able to play a better passing game and obviously sink the pucks they needed to.
So handshakes all around. Congratulations to Katie Mayer. She'll meet up now with Emma Moonen at centre ice. Always great at, doesn't matter what level it is, Mel, this moment here.
Handshakes?
Handshakes, yeah, it's fantastic. So Queensland have booked their tickets and they are off and they get a little bit of a rest now. That game will be tomorrow. Who will they meet? That is the question that we'll be answering very shortly this afternoon after the next game. Great effort all round. We'll just recap the goal scorers for you. Oh, that was this morning's 3-0. So it was exactly the same score. I just had a look on eSports Desk. It was 3-0 this morning, Queensland. It is 3-0 this afternoon, Queensland.
It's, I've been to plenty of state tournaments over the years, coaching and playing, and this is such a low-scoring tournament.
It certainly is. Stick taps all round. 2 goals to Katrina Rapchuk and 1 to Georgia Watts. The last goal was scored by Katrina Rapchuk, 14:38 remaining in the second period. So the ACT have done a great job in that regard as well, but they also haven't scored any goals themselves.
Yeah.
Stick taps all round for the Queensland fans.
Nice and loud over there.
They are certainly nice and loud over there. Lots of friends, family and hockey family over there as well. Amelia, thank you for your company as always.
Thanks
You're
for
here
having
for
me.
semi-final number 2.
I am.
And that semi-final number 2 will be coming up very shortly. So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for semi-final number 2 very, very shortly. Queensland here have won semi-final 1 3-0 against the ACT. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back soon. Bye for now.